What's going on, my geeks? I'm Kakuyo Otaku, and welcome to Home Base Serenity. It's been a while since I posted my last video because I've had some pretty scary stuff I've been dealing with in real life. But I'm back now.
Hey, it's me again. Plain to see again.
And ready to make some more content. And I am so excited to make this video here that I'm jumping off my plan to do it. My previous plan was to release the prep and gameplay videos for my Twine Peaks SSDs 2 through 6 that I've already recorded with CJ and Joden but haven't edited yet, to go ahead and get those out there. And somewhere within all of that, release the challenge video to my Mega Base Kyle loadout, which is also recorded but not edited. That's all still coming, but I'm stepping off plan to do a reverse loadout set because I am that excited about this new loadout. I say reverse loadout because this loadout was not what I would have called my favorite soldier loadout prior to trying it out. 3 heroes used in this loadout are brand new, as in only released almost 2 weeks ago. So we're going to show this loadout first, and then the next video will be where I put it up against what is technically still my favorite soldier loadout to see which I actually end up liking better. I have a feeling I already know the answer, but I want to do this challenge anyway. The great thing about the loadouts is that they are very similar, except for the 3 new heroes that are involved. So with that said, let's stop beating around the bush and get on to the topic of today's video, Breakbeat Wildcat. Now, longtime Battle Royale players will recognize her as the Synth Star skin that was released in mid-September 2018 alongside the Stage Slayer skin, which Save the World also now has as the new Mythic Constructor Dennis Jr. But today we're here to talk about Breakbeat Wildcat, the newest soldier in the game. I loved this skin when it came out in Battle Royale because I'm such a huge fan of anything related to the 80s, so I'm excited to now have it in Save the World, especially once I realized just how powerful she actually is. Her commander perk is called Battle Beat, and what it does is that eliminating 4 enemies in 9 seconds grants the new buff Rockin' Riff. Rockin' Riff increases your damage by 50%,
excuse me,
and your melee attack speed by 32%, both decaying over 8 seconds. Extra damage is always a good thing, and since you only have to eliminate 4 enemies, it's pretty easy to keep it going constantly. If you put her in support though, you have to eliminate 10 enemies in 9 seconds to proc Rockin' Riff. She also has what I consider to be the best ability kit for a soldier, which are Shockwave, Going Commando, and Frag Grenade. But the thing that makes this loadout so amazing to me is how it works in tandem with the team perk that came with this new set of heroes, Totally Rockin' Out, which adds even more buffs to Rockin' Riff.
stop it. Get some help.
It increases your crit rating by 160.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
And heals 73.75 base health.
No way.
And that increase to crit rating makes it feel like you were always hitting crits.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Of course, it's not going to be always, it just feels like it. You unlock this team perk by completing the new event quest line, The Long Road Home. There are plenty of ways you could support Breakbeat Wildcat, but the way I have this built is my absolute favorite. To use the team perk, you have to have 2 of the other totally rad heroes. To fill out those roles, I chose Varsity Hero for his fumble perk, so that eliminating husks has a 7% chance to fumble a football, which would grant Rockin' Riff when picked up, and Main Stage Quinn, so that harvesting any metal objects has a 32% chance of giving you sub-wafers, which, when consumed like coconuts, will grant Rockin' Riff immediately. For the rest of the support, I concentrated on increasing damage and crit damage. Next up is Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, who will increase assault and SMG crit damage by 75%. Then Bulletstorm Jonesy, so that every shot increases ranged weapon damage by 1% up to a maximum of 25 stacks. And Crack Shot, so that firing a ranged weapon grants 1 stack of Holiday Spirit, which increases ranged weapon damage by 1% while decreasing weapon stability by 0.2%, stacking up to 50 times. Then, as always, my standard gadgets, which are the stationary hover turrets and Adrenaline Rush. One of the greatest things about this new buff is that it's not just triggered by your own weapon eliminations. Here, you can see me triggering it using just a frag grenade, or using Shockwave, or using Going Commando. Eliminations from the turrets will also grant the buff. Even eliminations from traps you have put down will trigger it. However, oddly enough, eliminations from defenders won't. You can see here that I put down a defender, and while she did eliminate husks, the buff was never triggered. Not sure if that's a glitch or not. Now onto the weapons I'm going to be using for this test. As expected, I'll be using my Wraith for a bit, but I also want to show it off with my boom bow because of the crit chance it already has, the new sci-fi De-Atomizer launcher, one of my favorites in the game, and something I haven't used in a while, the Hemlock. I pulled it out of the collection book and have perked it up a little bit so I can actually use it for this. Okay, so to show the build itself off, here's a few clips of me taking down some encampments. You'll see that while I'm using my Hemlock, I'm just destroying them all, basically constantly hitting crits, and also keeping Rock and Rift going pretty much the entire time. Here's another example of another encampment of me using the boom bow, and you can see that it's procced after the very first arrow hits, and also just how insane the wave clear is on this. Now I've hopped into an SSD assist to show off the De-Atomizer with this build on an eliminate X amount of enemies wave. As you know, the De-Atomizer is just an insanely powerful launcher in the first place, but with this build it just shreds through everything even better. The final test I wanted to do is to show you exactly why I have main stage Quinn in support. There are times you might need to immediately proc Rock and Rift, but don't have time or the ability to eliminate 4 enemies. That's where these sub-wafers come into play. Just chomp down on one of them and you're under the effects of Rock and Rift. And as I take down this smasher, you can really see just how much damage you can put out. You know, I think that's enough of the testing. I think I'm going to just shut up now and let the numbers speak for themselves. So honestly, my general thoughts on this hero are that she's absolutely now one of my favorite heroes in the entire game. Before this, I had a soldier loadout that I considered my favorite, but as I said earlier, this might become my new favorite. Tune into the next video where I pit Breakbeat Wildcat up against my favorite soldier loadout in the game to see which one actually comes out on top. Should you want to try this loadout for yourself though, here's how you can obtain all of these heroes. The Commander, Breakbeat Wildcat, as well as the 2 in support that are activating the team perk can be found in the new Rad Llamas that you open for 500 Hit the Road tickets each. You can get these tickets from opening up the Daily Special Llama, any upgrade llamas, and from select missions, but the best ways are by running Hit the Road and by working through the Long Road Home quest line. As I said earlier, you need to work through that quest line anyway to unlock the team perk. Tactical Assault Sledgehammer was in the Year 2 birthday llamas, so if you were lucky enough to get him there, as I was, then you're good. Otherwise, should you still have a hero voucher, you can recruit him from the Road Trip Heroes section of the collection book. Bulletstorm Jonesy is also in the collection book under the expansion heroes set with the rest of the Cyberpunk heroes and can be recruited in the same way as the 2 I've already covered, Harvester Sarah and Heavy Base Kyle, by using 120 training manuals and 100 legendary flux. Crackshot was not in the Year 2 birthday llamas, and he is a Christmas hero. I had a feeling he might be coming back to the store since we've had him featured twice now in the Hit the Road weekly challenges, but he has not come back, so he probably won't be back until Christmas time, if even then. However, just like Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, if you have an unused hero voucher still, you can recruit him from the collection book under Holiday Heroes in the same way. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for the support so far. This is still a very small channel and it's growing slowly, but I am really grateful for every single subscription, like, and comment on my videos. As I'm making this video, I've hit 42 subscribers the last time I checked, and that's honestly pretty amazing to me. I never thought anyone would actually really enjoy my content. So if you're watching this video and are not already subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you can see each new video as soon as it goes live. And I promise, I am definitely going to try to post more going forward. Now, if you have a different way that you would build this hero, I would honestly love to know. So please leave a comment below with your loadout. I want to see what you all have come up with. As always, shoutouts to my favorite Save the World content creators: Latana, Demon Joe France, David Dean, Tori X, Aiden Harris, Rounded Tic Tac Gaming, Mike, Nihilek Dreams, X Samantha, and Enforcer. I've linked all their channels in the description below, so please go and check them all out if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and stay cool, geeks. Have a great day.
Good night and party on!
Party on, Wayne!
Party on, Garth. It's Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Party time! Excellent!